just stop caring. Just care less. Not about everything, but about certain things that you shouldn't really care about. Because, like Mark Manson says in The Subtle Art of Not Giving a you probably care too much, and probably about the wrong things. The beautiful thing about not caring is that then you get to choose what you care about. Because the truth is, we can't actually care about everything. We can't care about every single little detail, about every person, about every comment, about this, that, and the other. We can't. We only have a select amount of to give. And we can't spread ourselves so thin to a point where we can't truly care about the things we want to, because we just care about everything on the surface level. So pick the things you want to care about. Pick family, pick fitness, pick career, business, relationship, fashion. I don't care. I don't care what it is. I just want you to care about less things. Okay? I want you to stop caring about someone making a comment, about someone looking at you funny, about things that have happened, things that haven't actually happened but they're only happening in your head. I want you to focus and care about the real things that actually matter. Caring about the wrong things will usually also put us in a negative frame of mind, and it can actually have more of an impact on our day-to-day life, or simply progress in whatever it is that we're trying to do, and in a much more of an impactful way than we realize. Because if we care about those things on a deep level when we shouldn't, they then overtake the things that we should be thinking about, should be focusing on, and should be caring about. And that's something that I really want to weigh in on and push, that you should stop caring about things that do not have a positive impact on your life. As previously mentioned, you only have a certain amount of room to care about things. And if we, let's say, our room is 100%, and we dedicate our time to 100 things, whereas the majority of them are useless, but we do it anyway, we can only really dedicate 1% of our attention and our energy into them. So we only really care about them on like a surface level, but we're wasting a lot of potential on things that don't matter. And on the things that do matter, we can only give them so much because we are spread so thin across everything else. But let's say now, just for sake of maths here, you only care about 10 things as a collective, and those 10 things you can dedicate 10% of your time and energy into. So in theory, everything that you are now focusing on and caring about will be 10 times better, in theory. Because you are dedicating and thinking about the things you should be thinking about, you should be caring about, and you should be spending time on. Once again, let's say those are relationships, family, friends, your fitness, your diet, your career, your hobbies, and the others, I suppose, could be sub things you care about. And I know it's not exactly black and white, where you can just dedicate X amount of time to something every single day, every day, all the time. But I think for the sake of the argument, by caring about less things, you can dedicate more of yourself to those things. And when you choose things that actually have a positive impact on your life, you will see a big change by making these small steps and adjustments. You will know within you what it is that you prefer to do. Because if you just blindly follow and just essentially copy others and just do things for the sake of doing them because of the social circle that you're in, or because of the opinions of the people around you, you're going to notice that the things that you're caring about are just making you miserable. And that is it's so important to stop caring about things that you shouldn't care about. Because let's say the people that you're friends with like to go out to party and drink, but you don't. You don't particularly like the taste of alcohol. You don't really like waking up hungover the next morning. Normally, I actually quite like to wake up quite early, go out, go for a walk, go for a run, go to the gym, do something different. Going out drinking, just for the sake of going out drinking, to keep other people happy, it's just only going to chip away at your own happiness. It's a bit of a funny paradox, I suppose, where when you care less and try less, you actually get more. Because when you stop forcing things, aka caring about the wrong things, you attract better, you attract real, and you attract things that you actually want in your life. Because I don't know if you ever noticed, but situations that are forced usually end really quickly. You know, when two forces meet and they do nothing but collide and just impact rather than intertwine, they tend to end pretty quick. And then this is with relationships, with confrontations, with people just getting angry at each other. You know, the real things happen when they happen naturally, over time, slowly, you know, sometimes on accident. And the whole idea of this whole you care less and you try less, you attract more, is very true in many aspects of life. By trying less, you will attract more things that you want in your life. Because if you go out there and chase butterflies, they're only ever going to fly away. They're going to be terrified. They don't want to be caught. They want to fly. They want to be free. Just like people do. They don't want to be grabbed and forced into submission, into doing what they are told. They want to fly around, be a free spirit, and do what they like. And on the contrary though, if you build a beautiful garden or a safe place for them to go, the butterflies will just naturally surround you. They won't be scared anymore because you've let them come to you, rather you trying to force them to go where you want them to. Because if you sit there desperately trying to make things work because you care about it so much, there's a very large chance that it won't work out. You just repel rather than connect. The most beautiful and meaningful encounters will always happen naturally, will always happen by chance. They will happen when you meet a friend of a friend. They will happen at gatherings, at social events, at parties. They'll just happen because you're not there trying to force and cage things and shove them into a certain direction. So stop trying to care about making things work, because the more you care and the more you force it, the less likely it's going to work. So remember, forced is not good. Natural is the best. Stop caring about trying to be right all the time, because more often than not, we aren't. Because truth is, you're wrong about a lot of things. I'm wrong about a lot of things. Stop caring about trying to prove yourself and your ego by thinking, oh, I'm right, I know this. Because yeah, you might know something, you might know this, you might know that. But there's always somebody else that knows more, or knows of a better way of doing it, or efficient way of doing it, a faster way of doing it. Accept that you are wrong. And don't beat yourself up over it. Don't sit there thinking, oh, well, I'm wrong, I'm done. No. Sit there thinking, I'm wrong, okay, that's fine. How can I not be wrong? What can I do in order to improve? What can I do to learn so that for next time I'll be less wrong? Because there's a chance it still won't be right, but there's a big chance that you'll get more things correctly. Okay? And what I mean about less wrong is that things are never going to be perfect. Okay? So I suppose you could also say stop caring about perfection, because progress is significantly more important than perfection. So open your mind to new ways of thinking, into new ideas, into other people's perspectives, knowledge, experiences, and see where it takes you. Because you never know. You might take on board someone else's perspective and adapt it into your own way of thinking and your own way of living. And it might actually change a lot of things for you, because you've let your ego aside and you thought, okay, this person is clearly where I want to be, so what are they doing that I'm not? And instead of being stubborn, just accept that you might be wrong about a few things, and they are, well, maybe correct, or just a lot less wrong than you at certain things. And listen to them, copy them, take inspiration from them, because, well, they are where you want to be. Everything that we've spoken about can probably be summarized under the whole saying of how you are always choosing. And because you have the power of that choice, I want you to choose the right thing. Choose to care less about the things you shouldn't. Choose to open your mind up a little more. Choose to stop giving a okay? And because you have the power, you have that choice. Whatever choice you make, that's not a problem. It's your choice. But just remember that it's your choice. Therefore, you can choose right. And you can choose different. Sometimes choosing different is uncomfortable, but it's actually the right thing to do. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you learnt anything or found anything useful, or if you disagree with anything that I said today, I want you to leave a comment below and tell me why. And if you are interested in learning how you can unlock your own potential, I recommend you look at this video right here, and it would be absolutely incredible, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. And as always, I'll see you next week.